Okay, hey basketball world, how you doing? Welcome to the Baseline Talk
Uh-huh.
podcast. We got a very special player with us today. Her name is Kaylinn Kemp. She's a 2025 from Duncanville High School. Real special player. We just wanted to take the time to talk to her about her game and her basketball. We also have her mother, Crystal. I'm Swift, and
I'm Corey, co-host of the Baseline Talk podcast, and we're delighted, like Swift say, to have special guest, special player, and actually the first player that you'll be the first player on the podcast. So
first one. Let's dive right into it.
Let go, let go. Ayy, yeah, you know I'ma talk my, ayy, know I'ma talk my shit. Ayy, yeah, ayy.
Kaylinn Kemp, KK is what they call her. I've always been a big fan of KK, even when she was in middle school. She's always had that special just written on her. And now that she's a sophomore, just a sophomore, I feel like personally she's one of the top point guards in the country. State of Texas, I feel like she's one of the best point guards in the state of Texas. Kaylinn Kemp, she's lengthy, she's long, she plays defense. She's a gnat on the defensive end. She can shoot the three. She creates for her teammates. She's just a phenomenal player, and I'm just delighted to have her here. She's getting recruited. But at the same time, I feel like KK can go anywhere in the country. She's one of those type of players because she matches up with anyone in the player because she's able to play defense, which is something that is pretty much a lost art sometimes, but KK is a real defensive demon. So, KK, I wanted to start off just, asking you a few questions. What do you think your greatest strength as a basketball player is?
Being able to take my man off the dribble and get to the basket.
Nice, nice. And she's absolutely correct because KK's first step is incredible. And I really think that's one of the things that makes her special. Watching her and evaluating her this year, she's almost impossible to guard off her first step. I mean, that's one of the things that you say about KK when she's playing. Like, she gets to the hole anytime she gets ready. Whether they're playing a zone, man to man, KK has a phenomenal first step, and she mixes it up with it. She'll jab you and go. She'll catch and go right away, or she'll cross you over and skip to the left or right and skip right by you. So she's very impressive. What are some things you feel that you need to work on, KK?
Getting into my jumper.
Okay, get into your jump shot. Get into your jump shot. And you had a great year. You had a strong freshman year. One thing I want to ask you, because I know a lot of kids out here, are watching, and we're a podcast that's here for the parents and the kids. From your freshman year to your sophomore year, what are some things that you could tell a rising a player that's in eighth grade that's probably going to play varsity as a freshman? What is some advice you could give to that type of player that's going to play varsity basketball for the first time? What was one of your biggest adjustments?
Knowing my confidence, knowing what I can do with the basketball and doing that.
Nice.
Sometimes when you get at a bigger stage, you may be a little scared or nervous, but
Mm-hmm.
don't be. Just remember what you can do.
Nice. That's important. And would you say you're a confident player, or would you say you're not so confident? Because I know players struggle with this, so this is it's a real question. So when you think about Kaylinn Kemp, KK, for as your confidence, tell me a little bit about that. How do you feel what your confidence is like?
From my freshman year to this year, I feel very confident. I know nobody can guard me,
Uh-oh.
so I'm very confident in myself.
Were you that confident coming in as a freshman? You
No.
wasn't. What was some things that you kind of struggled with as a freshman?
So you were at Duncanville High, right?
Yes.
Okay, which is of course we know it's traditionally one of the toughest programs in the country year after year. You know, did you made varsity as a
Yes.
freshman, right? Which is again where I'm going with this. I would understand a freshman being, confident struck a little bit coming into a powerhouse program. Like Duncanville, did you get a lot of playing time, meaningful minutes your freshman year?
I think I got a reasonable amount of
You
minutes.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do from freshman year to sophomore year, where you got more minutes and you improved on your confidence?
Scoring the basketball.
Scoring basketball. Okay. So did that come by additional training or just confidence, or like how did you
Motivation. Like,
Motivation
did
or-
somebody push you to score more, or did you tell yourself, I'm going to score the ball a little bit more?
I feel like the training and motivation because with a coach like mine, she's very motivational. She makes sure we're comfortable and confident in what we're supposed to be doing. So the training and the motivation together just helped me become very confident.
And Coach, you referring to?
Coach Howard,
Oh, Coach Howard. Coach Howard. Okay. Nice.
How tall are you, KK?
5'9".
5'9", and you're very lengthy.
Lengthy, long arms.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You kind of look as if you can go for like 5'11".
true. And a point guard.
Oh, and a
Yeah.
point guard. So
She-
that's your natural, most confident position is point guard.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good.
Phenomenal point guard. I mean, and that's one of the things that make her special, her length. But KK has the ability to break down defenses and create opportunities for her teammates. And what's so unique about her is that she looks for her teammates. She's not a player that thinks score. She can score, and she picked up the scoring load, but she's an incredible table setter. I mean, and facilitator. So she has very good vision, great first step, and she said she got a little bit of playing time as a freshman. She got a lot of playing time as a freshman. For a freshman, she and playing at Duncanville High School, she played a lot. I mean, didn't you start a few games?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she played a lot.
So let's kind of talk about this season. I think Duncanville basically didn't lose a game in the state of Texas, right?
No.
So if you can kind of describe what it was like outside of the state of Texas, the type of teams, just kind of share with us your experience when you guys left the state of Texas and who you played and, how were those games?
I would say we experienced a lot of adversity and just staying together as teammates, like not even on the court but off the court, it helped us a lot.
Do you remember the teams you played, or what state you played them in, or where did you play them?
I remember playing Sierra Canyon. and
Sierra
La
Canyon.
Jolla
Okay.
And Cali.
Okay. So Sierra Canyon, I know there's a
Juju. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Juju.
So tell us what it was like playing against, and I think she may be the number one player in the country in that
23 class.
23 class. What was it like playing against, what some say is the best player in the country in that class?
We all.
Because I think she's a point guard too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It was just like.
just like any other
she-
player.
Yeah, she bleed how I bleed. She put her jersey on how I put my jersey.
Okay.
on, so it's like
Okay. That goes back to that confidence. She just
That's
put on her
swagger.
clothes and her jersey like you, huh?
Swagger.
Hey, whether somebody got you number one in the country or number 1,000, you put on your jersey the same way. So y'all. So did it kind of bring something out of you? You knew going into the game, like, Juju she got to see me, or I got to deal with Juju.
You always put on your best show,
Just put on-
whether you
Okay.
who you play against.
How do you feel that you played against Juju. I mean, you being a 2025, her being a 2023, and one of the top players in the country in her class. How do you feel you fared against Juju in that matchup?
It was a good experience.
It's good
It
experience.
was?
Okay.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like college coaches, if you're listening, that's one of the reasons I feel like she's one of the best players in the country. She's matched up against the best, and they wasn't in the same class, but at the same time, she showed the capability of playing at the highest level. And coaches, if you hadn't offered Kaylinn Kemp, I mean, you're mistaking yourself, because this girl can play at any level. She can play it in the SEC. She can play in the Big 12. She can play in the ACC. It doesn't matter. She's a big-time player, and she's just a sophomore. And she's played against players that's supposed to be the best in America. So college coaches really look at Kaylinn Kemp, really understand her ability and her talent as for being a true point guard, because they're hard to find right now. But you got a true point guard that can score. Yes, she does need to work on a few things, but she's only a sophomore, and her future is extremely, extremely bright. So you played Sierra Canyon, KK, and then you played a couple more teams out of the state of Texas. What are some other teams you played out of the state of Texas?
We played.
Was it because you played against Sierra Canyon, then the second game y'all played against a pretty good team?
La Jolla.
What's the little girl name that with all the followers?
Jada Williams.
Jada Williams.
Okay.
Jada Williams.
Yeah,
that was a good matchup too.
Okay. So again, another one of the top guards in the 20. She was 23.
2023.
23
Right.
class. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Right. So
You got battle tested. Now inside of the state, I know you have a crosstown. It's not crosstown because Duncanville's the only school in town, but you have a rival right there within the district. Share with us that rival, and what school would that be?
DeSoto.
DeSoto. Okay. So when the schedule comes out, do you mentally circle or physically circle DeSoto on the schedule? Like, it's going.
what's that like?
Yeah, what's that like?
I don't physically or mentally circle.
Okay.
Anything, but like, I know when we play them,
It's gonna be a dog fight, for lack of a better word. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. How's the atmosphere? Is the community involved? Is it loud? Or
Yeah, that game's always packed.
Okay. Does an opponent like that, a team like that, I'm sure it brings out the best in you, and vice versa?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a player in the district that you like, man, I know that I gotta have my game. I gotta have all my I's dotted and T's crossed when I play this team, because they got this player, she's pretty good. Or, I know they're gonna be coming at me because they know I'm bringing my best game. Do you have a player that's within the district that makes you compete like extra hard?
I think all the best players in our district is on my team. So.
Okay.
Nice.
I love that confidence right there.
Yes.
And so everybody else, they just opponents. They don't. The players on your team bring out the best in you, not your opponents.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And that's what I like about KK. Against the top teams, it just brings out the best in her, and I feel like she dominated. She dominated in those rivalry games against DeSoto. She played D, got steals, hit clutch shots. I mean, she did what she was supposed to do as a big-time player, and big-time players show up in big-time moments, and that's exactly what she did. But moving on, I want to ask her mother, Crystal, a question. You have a very, very talented daughter, Crystal, and I just want you to kind of, I guess, give us some advice on what it's like. What is it like having a daughter, being a top player? I mean, do you go through a lot of drama? I mean, is it a lot of like hating sometimes whether she's playing AAU or she's playing high school, and I know it probably is, but how do you handle that situation by having a big time daughter, and then sometimes, people being opinionated about, oh, she's not better than my daughter, she's not that good. I mean, what's your experience like with that?
That's a good question. Kaylinn is very humble. I'm sure everybody has seen that and everybody knows that. She's not one of those to do a lot of talking. It's always, and I've always told her, you being as good as you are, you're going to run up against adversity, people talking, but you have to distinguish between what's real and what's trash and what's going to make you better. I tell her all the time, we're not going to do a lot of talking. Our thing is come see us on the hardwood. And that's just what that is. Again, her just being as humble as she is, it makes it easy for me to pour into her the positivity and to know when to work with the positive and leave the negative alone. She's just a good kid. We have great conversation. I'm very proud of her. Great perspective.
And you're a parent, so I'm going to ask you a parent question. Like, for college, what is going to be important to you in deciding or assisting your daughter in deciding her college future, whether it's in state or whether it's out of state, away from you? What are some of the important things that you're going to be looking for? Is it basketball?
Of course, academics. That's going to be first and foremost. Where she's needed, where she's going to get to play, who's stacked, who needs a PG, just kind of the coach, what they're looking for, what their expectations are of her, what their intentions are.
What type of coach you feel suits her the best? What type of coach, like what quality or what characteristics in a coach are you looking for that really is going to assist her development?
Definitely a communicator.
Okay.
Kaylinn knows the game. Her IQ is quite different, and I may be biased because I'm her mother, but I'm speaking on what I know and what I've seen. She wants to communicate, with her coach. She doesn't want to just be one of those athletes this is what you do, go do it. She wants to ask the questions. She wants to get the proper answers. Just communication is going to be very, very important, because even being her parent, I understand that I can get more out of her through communication. She talk, I listen, I talk, she listen. You know what I'm saying? Versus just raw. And I understand a coach has a job to do. I do get that. But again, if you're listening to what your player is saying, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get more out of them. And of course, they're going to get more out of you because there's an understanding there.
Extremely. And that is a good perspective for a player like KK. Like you said, a dictatorship might not be the best situation for KK because KK has a very high IQ, and KK sometimes sees things in a game. So during a timeout, she would like to express to her coach, and her coach listen and understand that what is going to work for her and what she feels might work for the team. So, man, that's a great answer. That's a great answer because that's going to be important for KK. It might not be important for everybody else, but KK has an excellent IQ. Because if you don't understand, KK can just draw up plays on a chalkboard. I mean, she sees the game like that. So if there's something that's going on, she's going to know. Once you put your offense in, she's going to know where everybody's supposed to be. So I feel like that's another special characteristic about KK. She has extremely high IQ. You tell her something a couple of times, she got it. She's going to know where her post is supposed to be. She's going to know where her wing's supposed to be. And during the course of the game, she can deliver that message to her teammates. So that she's just a great leader. I mean, she's a great leader, has a great IQ. And like you said, a coach that's going to communicate with her is going to work best with her.
All right. Well, we're gonna take about 60 seconds right now, and talk about the March Fest tournament. This tournament's been around about 15 to 18 years now, about 18 years now, and it features some of the best teams. It kind of kicks off the spring select season. The Brittany Grinders, the Odyssey Sims, the Mariah Jeffersons, the who's who amongst Texas high school players has played in this event is March 25th and 26th at the Duncanville Fieldhouse. Registration is open right now. There's several great teams already committed. Log on to www.marchfestdfw.com, register, and just come on out, community, and watch these girls from across the state compete.
AAU coaches, this is the kickoff for AAU basketball. March Fest, it's been for years. It is now. It's one of those tournaments that you look forward to. It's always the first tournament. So it's one of those tournaments that you like, okay, March Fest, we going to be ready. We going to be able to show what type of team we got. We going to be able to show what type of players we got. So if you haven't registered, please register. March Fest, it's an annual thing. It's a big-time tournament. You got some of the top AAU clubs in the country. Some of the best players in the country has played in this event. Hey, do yourself a favor and register now.
All right, KK, let's dive into a little bit more about you and everything. The first part of the podcast, we dealt with a little bit of your high school season and everything. So, KK, the person, just personally, like, what are some things that you like to do? Is it movies or what was KK the person?
I like to. I know how to do hair, so I like to do hair.
Okay.
I like coloring, watching TV. That's about it.
Coloring?
Oh, I do play the game too.
Okay. When you say coloring, like coloring books?
Yes.
Nice. Are you good at it?
Yes.
You said you do hair too?
Yes.
What type?
I know how to do braids.
Braids, really? Have you ever done anybody with braids before?
Yes.
You charge?
Well, they've been my family members, so no.
Oh, okay.
They
But that's a skill that you have.
Right.
What are you looking to do after, basketball, pursue a career in?
I want to be in the medical field.
Okay.
And I want to be an anesthesiologist.
Oh,
Okay. Are you is that something you're passionate about, or is that something that you think you go make some money in? Is that why you decided, or
Both.
is that some? Oh, both. Okay. Okay. As far as your passion, what is your passion? Is it coloring? Is it doing hair? What is something that you just love to do? You can't do without. You wish you could do it.
Like you could do it when you get our age, you'll do it you'll do it for free. That's passion.
Watch out about the age.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm probably the oldest in here. Well, you get their age.
Sing.
Oh,
Sing, really? Are you a singer?
I mean, you turn on the radio and you sing to the song.
You gonna have to showcase that. You're going to have to showcase that one day. If it's a passion, you're going to have to showcase that one day, KK. You can't be hiding your talents. You cannot hide your talents. You're going to have to let your talents go, girl.
One day.
Okay.
All right. So let's kind of talk about the high school season is over, and we're about to get into the summer season. Is there something in particular that you would like to get out of the summer this evening? Well, maybe the question is, you're playing this summer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that being said, is there something you would like to get out of the summer as a player? There's some goals you like to accomplish or anything like that?
Like I talked about that jumper. I obviously want to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Offers, I want those.
Okay. Well, tell the college coaches where you're going to be playing. Like what your AAU team, where they gonna be able to find you?
As of right now.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
know.
That's cool.
Okay, that's nice. So pretty much free agent.
Right now.
Okay. Hey, that's a beautiful
clubs,
thing.
She has not decided.
Man.
So
Yeah, hey, and this is one of the best point guards in the nation. I'm gonna tell you that right now, in the nation, and can sign with and play with anywhere in the country. I promise you. So Don Staley, I don't care who it is, Don Staley, Gino. If you listen, this young lady can play with anybody in the country, any program.
Do you have a favorite college team right now? You know, the conference tournaments are going on. Do you have a that's who you like to watch play? You have a particular team?
I like to watch LSU and I like to watch South Carolina.
Okay.
LSU and who else?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
All right. Okay. Cool,
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
So as it relates to the summer, one of the biggest things about the summer, and this is something I haven't really even looked at, but is that does any of the ranking service have you ranked, or is she in anybody?
Yeah, well, I mean, where do they have a rank?
They do.
Okay.
I just happened to see one the other day, and I think it was like at 5. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But touching on that, that's just one man's opinion.
Right.
And we stick to that. The rankings, they really don't mean anything to us. Our thing to her is just get better every day.
And 5, what type of ranking was that? Was that a state or a national? I mean, what type of?
I really didn't notice whether it was state, national. I didn't. I just saw number 5 and swiped on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's there, but really not important, I guess.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. I've seen you play. I know, you look like you're 5'11". Maybe
She really do.
And I've seen you guard, the bigger guards, and was even more impressive, like the little scat cat guards,
Right.
like you give them problems on, defense too. It's like, give me that,
Yeah.
And I think that's like you got really quick hands and feet for a long player. And I mean, like I've seen you guard some really, really nice point guards in the country, and it's like defensively you just like you really handle your business against them. That's why I think personally this summer, that's going to like propel you like into like the who's who, the Juju's type of conversations, this summer, because you score, you can slinky your way to the hole, and I've seen you like Swift said in the first part of the podcast, you do like to pass, you do find an open teammate and everything. So I'm looking forward to you rising in the conversations this summer.
Correct.
You had a great Duncanville is the who's who of high school basketball. You had a great summer, a great sophomore season, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Do you have a timeline on your decision on who you're gonna play with? Or you still kind of resting that out a little bit?
Still kind of resting.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
She can be a free agent. She can guest play with as many AU teams she wants.
But the thing is, and Mom, Swift, we've been on the other side of the fence, and my recommendation is, do what you're doing, take your time, and play where the right fit is, the best fit for you, not for the team or whatever. Like, I said you're like 5'10", 5'11", you're a point guard. Don't go nowhere where you got to, everybody 5'8". You got to, so you got to deal with girls 6'4". I know you don't want to deal with that, right? Right. So, find the right fit. Find the right fit.
And there'll never be a game where it doesn't matter who she's playing against. It'll never be a game where she walk away where you don't see any KK highlights. I don't care who she's playing against. She plays against Juju. She played against Jada Williams. She played against Aaliyah Chavez. And I know they got Aaliyah Chavez ranked very extremely high. But KK went home with the victory. And also, she went home with a few highlights of her own. Now, no disrespect to Aaliyah, she was phenomenal. She played a great game, but you couldn't leave that game without seeing KK highlights, and that's during that matchup. That's the Leah Chavez and KK matchup. You know, Leah had some highs, but KK had some highs as well in that same matchup. It was some defensive stops. It was some times she scored on her, but it was some times that KK got some blocks and some steals and some made some things happen. So,
wait a minute. In this season, you got the opportunity to compete against Juju, number 1 point guard in the 2023 class, right? Jada Williams, I guess she's number 2.
It was actually the number 1 in the class of 2023, 24, and 25. I played Michaela Williams too.
Wow. Oh, you battle tested.
She battle tested. Did y'all win the game against Michaela Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all won that game. Did y'all win the game against Aaliyah Chavez?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all won that game.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the leading scorer in those games? I mean, you don't know.
In the Aaliyah Chavez game, I think it was me.
Okay. You put up numbers. Okay.
I know it.
So Leah Chavez, Jada Williams,
Juju.
And Michaela.
And
Michaela Williams.
And
man, excellent scheduling.
And she's younger at DeSoto. What's the point guard? Their name, the freshman. Ryan. I think she might be number 1 in that class.
Okay, Ryan, and also Mamari Biles. She's in that class, in the freshman class.
Yes.
Biles.
So you've already, your high school season, you played obviously with the best because your team, won some of those games, but you played against the best, and that's why I just said just less than 5 minutes ago. I'm looking forward to your name being in the talks of the who's who, because you come out of a high school season, what many people don't get unless they, their team is good enough to get that type of matchups in a summer season.
Right.
So,
so the evaluation is done.
The evaluation
all
is
you
done.
got to do is
you go look. Yeah,
look up those games.
Look up those games.
She's played against the best in the country and performed at a high level.
Right.
So there's no more evaluating.
Right.
So college coaches, I really got to question your basketball IQ as well if you hadn't offered this kid, because she's played against the best. And Michaela Williams going to LSU, Juju, she played against Jada Williams, Leah Chavez, and most of those games she won. She didn't lose anything in Texas. So, I mean, what more can you ask for? You go to an AAU tournament, they go to March Fest, they go to Boo Williams, they go to Nike Nationals, they go to all these places to see players perform in big-time competition against big-time players. Well, she's already done that, and she's already proven that.
Yeah.
So
now I totally understand from the first half of the podcast the confidence.
Right.
I totally get it now. Like maybe she just talking, but hey, you ain't just talking. Like
not with that resume.
Not with that resume. not with who your coach. I guess if I got KK on my team, I go line them games up too. Like that's
definitely.
Yeah. So now you ready? The summer might be easier.
Exactly.
The summer just really might be easier.
You're right.
Yeah. But and I'm so like I'm be following you this summer and everything. I'm just overly confident that your name your stock should rise.
She gets my vote. She's definitely the number 1 point guard in DFW. I haven't seen everybody, but in the DFW area, which is the mecca of girls basketball, she's the number 1 point guard in the DFW area. And I tell everybody, if you're number 1 in DFW or the state of Texas, you pretty much one of the best in the country, because it's some of the best athletes, some of the best girls basketball in America. So there you have it.
Yeah. Well, KK, you have given us, you have set the bar for, player spotlights on the Baseline Talk podcast. I mean, we got lucky. We got
We
lucky,
did.
you know,
We did. We struck gold.
getting you and your mom in here. I just congratulate you on a great season. We know you guys can get a chance to compete in the playoff, but you went undefeated in Texas.
Undefeated in
That's
Texas.
number one team in Texas, right?
So
there.
they the best in Texas.
Yeah,
you
number
know,
one
they
team in
best in
Texas.
Texas. So if anybody in Texas is ranked in the country, and Duncanville is not ranked, hey, that ranking don't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
Are you going to? I guess we just watch watch the social media, because I'm sure whoever lands KK they gonna put together a nice social media banner and say welcome KK to the program, right?
Right.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna watch social media for that, and and after the announcement, it don't matter. You can go play for the Duncanville Wildcats. I'm gonna come follow you.
Right. I want to ask you a question, KK. What you think about the NIL deal? Do you feel like high school players should be getting paid in the state of Texas, or you think they should keep it the way it is? Do you think about that sometimes? I mean, what you think?
I think they should.
You think they should?
They should.
Okay.
Yeah, if they
Gotta
get
vote.
paid in other states, why not Texas?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but Bron getting
Interesting.
baby Bron getting $13 million.
Yeah, Juju signed with so
Yeah.
hey,
Come
we
on,
gotta
lawmakers,
step
come
up
on.
our game in
Come on,
Texas.
lawmakers, come on now. Let's do right now.
Let's do right.
We want
Let's be fair.
right. Because it's here, and the other the other student athletes are getting to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, let's go ahead and y'all do what y'all got to do in Austin, and let's fix this.
Make it happen.
Let's fix this. All right. Well, Mom, I want to say thank you for bringing her
Thank you.
and
Thank
everything.
you for having us.
Yes. And KK, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Is there anything y'all would like to say? Anything you want to say to the people before y'all leave? I mean, okay.
You got any? You want to market your braiding skills? You want to
No.
Singing. Yeah, we gonna have to put KK on the spot. We gonna have to next time she come on the show, she gonna have to sing something. So
No.
yeah, be ready.
I sing with you. It make you feel a little bit more confident. I can sing a note or two. Actually, I play the trumpet, so I can I bring my trumpet and we can do a duet.
Okay.
And I'm glad, having a first player on the podcast. I'm glad it was KK because we wanted a big time player, and it's one of the best first time players on the podcast. So this goes down in history for us, and I'm glad we can get on. So anybody else that needs some exposure or promotion, and you feel like you deserve it, just reach out.
Yeah,
Reach out to us.
That's what it's here for. It's for the information that's of value to the parents, and it's for the players. So KK, we're blessed to have you up on the podcast, and parents reach out to us. We can make room for your daughters as well. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Just to summarize everything, we got KK, she's a 5'9", looks like she's 5'11", sophomore at Duncanville. Team went undefeated in the state of Texas. She's played against some of the best players she played against the best players in the country at her position. I mean, she went through the gauntlet of point guards, held her own and everything, and she's around the corner making her decision where she's going to play this summer. I'm sure she's going to play somewhere where she can, continue to have a great build up on that high school season. We're going to be following her. She's well-rounded. She sings. She colors. She does hair. She does braids. She got beautiful braids right now. And again, she's the top point guard in the 2025 class in the state of Texas, in our opinion.
In our opinion.
And and she's just going to improve on that this summer.
And college coaches, if you haven't offered Kaylinn KK Kemp you absolutely done bumped your head, because this is one of the best players. I'm telling you, you done bumped your head. So we go question y'all credibility if y'all hadn't offered this young lady right here. Y'all have a chance. She's playing this summer. She's a 2025. Hey, look her up. Look at some of her highlights. Look at her games against some of the best in the country, and put that off on the table. Swift said that.
Thanks for joining us on the Baseline Talk podcast. This your boy Corey.
This is Swift.
I'm KK.
KK. All right. Thank you all once again.